Question about titrations here. This is a core practical on the separate chemistry, the triple chemistry GCSE. So these questions come up all the time in that paper. But double award students, you have used burettes in paper 1 in the acids module when we were making a pure salt from soluble acids and alkalis. So that method may be on your paper as well. So we've got a method here. Add a funnel to a burette and fill the burette with hydrochloric acid. Fill the pipette with 25 centimetre cubes sodium hydroxide and drain into a conical flask. Add a few drops of phenolphthalein indicator. Record the level of acid in the burette and slowly add the acid to the sodium hydroxide until the indicator goes colourless. Record the reading on the burette and repeat at least 2 more times or until concordant results are recorded. Explain 3 ways to improve this method. So a very common question about this type of thing. How do we improve that method? Well, what's missing is the question. You have to rack your brains when you did the experiment. First thing that's missing, there's no mention there of a white tile. I do kind of like forgetting the white tile when they give you questions like this, so be aware of that one. Why do we use a white tile? This does say explain. This key word here, explain. That's the improvement. We now need to explain why we need it. If we have a white tile, it's really easy to see the colour change of the indicator. So it's easy to see exactly when the indicator changes. The contrast of the colour change with the white background makes it very easy to see. So that's the first one. Next one, it says here, record, no, where does it say it exactly? Here we go. Yes, add slowly and slowly add the acid. Well, that's fine to slowly add the acid at the start, but towards the neutralization point, towards that end point, so nearing the end point, let's say near the end point, okay, we want to add acid in a dropwise manner. So we add a drop at a time, dropwise manner. And why do we do that? It ensures you don't add an excess of acid at the end point. Okay, what else is missing? Well, several things to be honest. So we're just adding the acid. It doesn't say anything about swirling the flask, does it? So we add the acid from the burette into the conical flask. Well, we really should be swirling that flask. Swirl flask as acid is added. And what that ensures, and the reason we do that, is it ensures a good level of mixing, complete and swift mixing of acid and alkali. It's important, isn't it? Because if it's not mixing swiftly, and it will be possible to add too much acid. So if we're swirling, we're getting that reaction to happen immediately, and hopefully that'll stop us adding too much. So there's 3 improvements there, but you could have had a couple more. Notice here at the start it says add funnel to the burette. It doesn't say remove the funnel after you've filled it with acid, and you really should do that because you can have drops of acid left in the funnel that happen to drip into the burette halfway through the experiment. That would make a messier results. Also doesn't say anything about rinsing out the burette with the acid first. I mean, somebody's presumably used that burette before you, and they will have washed it out with water at the end. Well, if you're just going to put acid into a wet burette, you're going to dilute that acid. So you really should swill the burette with acid first. Likewise, the pipette. We really should add we should rinse that pipette with the sodium hydroxide we're going to use for the same reason. So yeah, rinsing the pipette and burette would be another 2 things that we could do. All these questions and more on elshamhighchemistry.com.